Hello, everyone. Welcome to the podcast, and it's our first take. So why is the? Hold on, let's figure this out.
The incessant knocking.
There we go. So it's me, Jared, and my roommate,
Josh.
Here, get a little closer.
Yeah, my voice is weird now. Yeah, it doesn't work.
No, you're good. You're
works
good.
like 30 seconds, and then it's
All right.
fucked.
Starting off, we're gonna talk about Juul and all the controversy that's been going on with them regarding their marketing tactics. A lot of people accuse them, as far as I know, of targeting teens, right? I mean,
Yeah, it's kind of just that they're directly targeting nicotine devices to teens with their fruit flavors and whatever other marketing they're using.
Yeah.
And so the argument against them is that they're trying to get a whole new generation addicted to nicotine.
Oh. Okay, but is there any grounds for that, really? I mean, why when you have young, good-looking actors, you're gonna choose them in an ad, right? Why would you use like an older?
Well, because Juul's. Here, can we? I have like a lot of leg.
Me too. I'm gonna try something. Actually, that might fix it. No, I don't know what's going on.
Oh, it works now. I think that.
Does it?
Yeah.
Is that, oh, really?
Yeah,
It's
that
fine?
sounds a lot better.
All right. Then
It's
we'll
still
just
a
roll
little
with
bit, but I can deal with it.
that. Do you want to restart? I think we're good.
We can, whatever.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
All right. So we're gonna just click around.
Yeah. So I think Juul's
Excuse me.
reaction to it was that they're using like their marketing and like their devices are for older people that are already addicted to cigarettes, and
Sure.
the whole point of a vape kind of is not only that it's easier, but that it's a safer alternative.
Sure.
And that it kind of, I guess there's a cost effect thing, but whatever they put into Juul certainly isn't as bad as tobacco.
Sure. Yeah.
with
And,
whatever.
that's how they originally marketed, right? They were like,
Yeah.
and that's how they still.
Yeah,
That's
their
campaign,
business model.
right? Is we're trying to get people off cigarettes. So, I don't know. It's interesting. Let's see
so
right
now
here. New York Times. Let's see, Washington. Juul Labs announced on Tuesday that it would suspend sales of most of its flavored e-cigarette pods in retail stores and would discontinue its social media promotions. So when was this? November 13th. That was yesterday.
Yeah, it was yesterday. So I think the FDA a few months ago put out a request to Juul as well as the other big e-cig manufacturers that they had to come up with some sort of way to stop getting teens using their products. Otherwise, there was going to be a huge crackdown on
Sure.
what they were allowed to deal, and there would be legislation put in place against them, essentially.
All right, so the decision by the San Francisco-based company, which has more than 70% of the e-cigarette market share in the United States, is the most significant sign of retrenchment by an industry that set out to offer devices to help smokers quit, but now shoulders blame for a new public health problem, nicotine addiction among non-smoking teens. Honestly, being our age, like...
this is us.
Yeah.
Like, I started vaping when I was, 15, 16.
Yeah,
I
same
sold,
here.
like, vape juice in my school to kids that couldn't get it. Like, well, it's just what
That's
it is.
true. Okay.
And, like, there was no nicotine involved. I think it starts out just because kids see it, and, like, there was no marketing around it, but it was just a
Yeah.
cool thing.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I could never even get nicotine. Like, I didn't even...
Yeah, for sure.
I didn't know what a nicotine buzz was until I came to college, essentially.
Yeah, my first nicotine buzz was actually off of Chew.
Chew? Oh,
Yeah,
that's a
and
rough one.
at that point, I'd been vaping for like probably a year and a half or 2 years, but it was just zero nic juice. That's what I did.
Yeah, zero nic juice was beautiful. It was a kind of a habit, but it was fun.
It
tasted
was
good.
almost.
Like,
it was more of a hobby, right? There's not necessarily a reward.
Yeah, and like there are like some health effects associated with it, but what do they put in there? It's like vegetable glycerin and propylene glycol.
Yep, that's what it is.
So aside from like clogging up your lungs potentially, I don't think there's necessarily a lot of harm in it. But it was kind of like chewing gum. I mean, it tasted good. It was something to do.
Yeah,
and,
yeah,
like,
yeah. That's a really good comparison.
It's
'cause
very
just,
similar to chewing gum.
sure, different flavors, and they're trying to target all sorts of people.
Yeah, but with Juul surrounding like the use of teens on nicotine, I mean, I'm a teenager and I've had a Juul for like 6 months now.
Yeah,
I mean, I have to say, like,
it's
I never
just true.
thought.
No,
I never
you
thought
see
that'd be a smoker.
them everywhere. Honestly,
Oh, yeah.
like everyone has them. I mean, you go on YouTube and all these YouTubers have Juuls, and it's crazy. But
And if it's not a Juul, it's something else.
right,
It's,
if it's not, there's gonna be something always that people are gonna latch onto that's against a social norm or whatever.
and nicotine's been part of our society for hundreds of years. Like, since the inception of the United States, it's always been around, and there's the new generation always gets hooked on it.
Yeah.
In some ways, and I think that there's a lot of information out there against cigarettes now. Like,
Yeah,
I
definitely.
certainly
I think
don't find smoking a cigarette pleasant.
Right,
I mean, I've done it a few
right.
times when I'm drunk lately, but
Sure.
it's not going to go anywhere beyond that.
Yeah, right. I think that's good that stigma is disappearing from cigarettes. Where, I mean, because for a hot minute it was cool, right? I mean,
Yeah,
all
for
through
generations,
the 50s, 60s,
it was like
70s, it was.
a huge percentage
Yeah.
of Americans
I mean,
smoked.
they promoted it saying like you caused
Healthy.
weight loss. Yeah, it was healthy to smoke, which I mean, from a weird standpoint, before they knew like all the harms of tar, and unless they did, I mean, nicotine by itself is not necessarily a harmful chemical unless it's in huge quantities, right? Like,
Yeah, in and of itself, I mean, nicotine is a pesticide that we use on crops all the time to eradicate, other living life forms.
I did not know
Yeah,
that. Actually.
it's definitely like a poisonous chemical, but like the way that we use it is for whatever psychological effects that it's on our brain.
I
and
mean,
it
in the
creates
same way
dependency.
caffeine does.
Oh yeah,
You know.
in a much similar way.
Yeah. So I mean, and I've looked into it a little bit, and I mean, apparently nicotine is, and I can agree with this. It kind of is. It's a stimulant, obviously, and it can kind of wire you in. It can kind of just like.
Yeah, it kind of
for a hot second, it's like just very you're focused. You're in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Here, one sec. I'm gonna shut the window. I can just cut this. Just a sec.
I'm gonna look up some more information on this. Because I know that, like, Juul definitely isn't shutting down. I mean, they're the biggest, like, vape producer in the United States. I mean, they're like something like a $15 billion company at this point.
Yeah. Here, can we fact check that so we don't mess it up? But no, I remember seeing a quote at one point that they were at least $7 billion. So. Oh wow.
So they raised $1.2 billion against a $15 billion evaluation. This is from TheVerge.com, July 3rd, 2018.
Okay, so that will bring the company's worth up to more than $16 billion. That's of July 3rd. So that's a crazy amount of money. Especially, I mean, in this market where they have 70% of the market, that's crazy.
Yeah, let's see when they began. So Juul was founded July 2017.
Oh,
so in one
God,
year.
so early.
So in 1 year, like $15 billion evaluation.
My God.
So obviously Juul isn't like at the forefront of this. I mean,
No way.
to say that Juul single-handedly addicted almost every teen in the United States to nicotine within 1 year is
It's ridiculous.
It's a pretty ridiculous statement. And I mean, if it's true, I would love to know. And then in which case, maybe we should shut down Juul and other similar companies. But I think it goes beyond Juul and more that people naturally want to do things that are bad for them. Nicotine's a fun chemical.
Why is that? Is that?
Some with retaliation. I mean, because if people are
and it's not everyone. It's not everyone.
It's certainly not everyone.
But
I mean, people are very reserved in some cases.
Sure.
But everybody kind of... I mean, the thing about advertising is they always try and do something crazy radical and stuff when they're marketing products.
That's
because
true.
people envy that.
Yeah. You know what I've noticed a lot
thing.
is they use a lot of rappers for advertisements. Just, I mean, clothing and everything. And, like, if you look at the lifestyle of a rapper, it's usually just drug infested and, hookers and all these crazy things. But anyway, staying on track here. Juul. So I think... the fact that they are so young is a testament to a few things. I mean, the fact that you can get something trending enough to where every girl wants one of these Juuls, I mean, that's crazy. That's a marketing feat.
Yeah, their marketing is definitely a feat, and it has a lot to do with their marketing. But personally, when I first got my Juul, and like I've seen other people with Juuls, it wasn't necessarily the marketing, but more like the mind share around it. They came out with a product at a time when regular vapes were like, they're huge, and you have to refill them a lot. There's a lot of smoke and vapor. You can't really do it indoors. But a Juul is a very small device. It lasts well on the whole charge.
Yep.
And I mean, one pod, they say, is equal to about 1 pack of cigarettes. So there's plenty of people that smoke 1 pack of cigarettes a day or whatever, or some fraction of that. That's usually how it's measured. So I think it kind of was taken up by smokers really fast. And then just by the device itself, it's a beautiful device. It works extremely well. They're cheap. They're kind of disposable. And you just get new pods.
Yeah. It's
have
actually a
system
great
around
system
it.
that they work. Can I see it?
Yeah, it's just a complete system.
I mean, yeah, because I did have a Juul at one point for like 2 weeks till I
Juuls.
lost it. But anyway, I had the Juul, and it is a nice experience. I remember last year, first time I hit a Juul, we were at some basement party or something. We were just chilling.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, and I bumped into this guy, and I'd seen it. And I was like, hey, man, what is that? And he's like, dude, try it. And I hit it. And at the time, I had a vape. You know, I didn't cough or anything. But I got it in, and I exhaled. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. And then about not even 5 seconds later, just boom, dizzy as all hell. Like, I just, like, kind of lean against the wall. And I was like, shit, dude, this is crazy. Like... Yeah, it's a substantial amount of nicotine delivered in a very efficient way.
Very efficient.
It's what it is.
Yeah. They're nicotine delivery devices. Yeah. The same way a cigarette is without all the harmful chemicals. But like the way that he said it to you is the way that I tell people about my Juul as well. Is like, oh, here, hit this.
Yeah.
Like, you have. It's kind of a lot of energy around it because you know that it's good and you love it. Like. That was at a time when vapes were hugely popular at the college here. I mean, every party you went to, there was people with gigantic box mod vapes, and the whole place was cloudy. It was like a thing.
No, I remember that.
And then all of a sudden, just over the summer, completely eradicated. Juuls are everywhere.
Yeah.
And if it's not a Juul, I started to see people using less Juuls and more other devices.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say is... One of the downfalls of Juul, I think, once people realize how much they're actually spending on these pods, it becomes very, very desirable to get a different. I mean, I'm trying to find it here. I don't have a Juul, but I do have a device. 1 second. Do you know where Beamer is, dog? Did he fall? Oh, right here.
There he is.
Okay. Okay, we're back in business. So what I've got is a pod system. It's an all-in-one pod system. It's called a... Oh, yeah, it's about full still. It's called a Smoant, a Japanese company. Smoant S8 is what it's called. You got the blue bronze. But what I have to say about it is it's cheap. You know, I think it was like $40 when I got it. I buy a bottle of juice for $15. I know. I mean, if I want some nice juice, maybe $20. That's for 30 milliliters. I believe it's 48 milligrams or 50 or something like that.
Yeah.
Too much.
It's
whatever
like 5% by weight.
Right.
Like Juul kind of popularized that a lot.
Okay.
That strong nicotine. Yeah. The nicotine salts.
They really did. So. That's what I do, and I mean, I'm on my second bottle right now, and I've had this device for probably going on 2 months.
Yeah, something like that.
Month and a half, 2 months.
And that's just the thing. While a Juul is like a damn near perfect system. It's beautiful. It's easy to charge. It's magnetic. Everybody has one now, so like you have like the mind share, and like everybody has an extra pod and an extra charger for you. Yeah. But in the end, it's the cost. Is its biggest downfall. So I think that's why we see a lot of alternatives coming up now. Like the market is huge. If Juul's $15 billion, like people are going to be coming after that. Yeah. People want in on that market share, that money.
See if we can look into that. What the market shares are, because I don't know if you've heard of Me Pods or My Pod.
Yeah, the My Pod system.
Sid got one, didn't he?
Yeah, I said it on
Yeah,
my pod.
and those are pretty popular. Not here, but I see them. I see them on the intersphere.
Yeah, I also guess we're kind of localized here with well, we do pick up on wider trends. Trends that start here get really ingrained, like a Juul. I mean,
True.
I've had, some people like, oh, you don't have a Juul. Like, what is that? I don't want to hit that. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Let's see. Competition in the vaporized nicotine market and its potential impact on the cigarette market.
It's International Tobacco Control Policy Evaluation Project.
All right. This is April 30th, 2018. So where can we... Wow. This is quite a production. Where's that?
Yeah, so we have our market shares.
Oh, so that's the distribution as opposed to the companies.
Yeah, distribution.
So oops.
What did that one article say? They have 70%. Juul currently has.
Yeah, I think Juul has 70%.
I imagine now that these new regulations are in place, that'll certainly be dropping.
Wait.
Because it's something with like their fruity flavors they're pulling back. I think they released a new flavor. Actually, or at least there's a new flavor at the shop in town called menthol.
Okay.
Like cool
yeah,
mint.
Yep. DJ got that.
Oh yeah, they also changed the name of Cool Mint to Mint because they don't want teenagers being like, oh, it's cool. But it's a completely different use of the word. I think that people don't really understand the whole marketing behind it.
Yeah. I mean, people are sensitive too. Like, you can't please everyone. That's
true.
Whatever it is, it's gonna piss someone off. So.
Of course.
Which is a huge problem today, I feel like.
I mean,
it's crazy. Did you see that GQ? What was it? GQ.
Like the magazine?
Yeah, the magazine. What they did, Serena Williams cover. So Serena Williams got Woman of the Year.
Mm-hmm. I think I remember reading about
so
this.
they put her on the cover, and this is the title right here. So where it says Men of the Year, men is crossed out, and above it is handwritten woman in quotes.
And this is what all the outrage is about?
This is what the outrage is about. The outrage is over the quotes.
Okay.
Why would why would men not be in quotes and woman is? So turns out Serena Williams, let me not mess this up. The guy who did it, I saw this on Snapchat. The guy who did it designed for what was it? Off-White, the brand. And he's been doing the quotes around most of his work. I mean, if he uses
so it's just like
it's
his artistic style.
So if you so the guy that made this, it's his style. It's what he does. And I saw it, and I don't think this is disrespectful, and I don't think the guy had any intent to disrespect anyone in this, and it's just I don't know.
It looks like the way it's written in, it's handwritten in, and then he puts women in quote. Well, like men is in regular non-handwritten text. It's typed, and then it's crossed out. Like you're putting in your own words, so you use quotes.
It's almost
right?
more demeaning, the fact that it looks like someone just came and crossed it off, and
like men's just in a big X.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't think this is something to be mad about. And I mean, if you look at her, she's killing it. She's got a
she has the whole
crazy
front cover
body.
of it.
She's so
her name's
strong.
huge. Like obviously they spend a lot of time
Right.
like getting her in here. They put her through makeup.
Yeah,
Like
it's not like she's
so
part of this big old no.
And if you're gonna through all that work, you're not gonna like secretly diss the person on the cover of it.
No.
And if you didn't like them, they wouldn't be on there in the first place.
Yeah. Crazy. Okay. Did you play Pokemon at all growing up?
I had a weird introduction to Pokemon, so I got a Game Boy Color. I mean, when I was like 9 or 10, I mean, like it was already an old device. Like we had a GameCube, we had like a PS3 and stuff by then.
Yeah.
So I just picked it up because I was just interested in the franchise and was always just I watched the anime growing up.
Sure.
And stuff like that. My babysitter had all of them on like VHS and stuff like that.
Yep.
So I guess I played Pokemon Gold for a number of years until I got a computer. And
Okay.
Then,
Gold, and that was all in the Game Boy Color.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't remember my first Pokemon game, but I believe it was on the Game Boy Advance SP. I think what happened was I actually grabbed my cousin's cartridge, and I knew he didn't play it, and I think I just asked him for it, and he just let me borrow Leaf Green. My mom didn't want me playing. That's what it was.
Your mom
He let me borrow his Game Boy. That's what it was. And I grabbed, and so I'm chilling in my room with this Game Boy, and playing Leaf Green. And I get like 2 hours into it, and my mom walks in. I think I was grounded or something. I don't know. So I got this.
That's why.
Yeah,
Okay.
and so she comes in and she sees me playing, and she's like, "Where did you get that?" And I'm like, Trenton gave it to me. I was like, well. So I played maybe 2 hours of Pokemon, but I loved it. Just those 2 hours alone, chilling on my bed, playing Pokemon for the first time is crazy.
Oh, you can.
So
get sucked
after
in
that,
so
it was
fast.
I played through Soul Silver. I played Pokemon Red all the way through Diamond on the DS, and I think that's about it. Oh, I played X and I played Y and Omega Ruby as well.
Oh, you have played some more recent ones. Okay.
Yeah.
How's
those
the-
are all on the 3DS.
How would you compare those to the original ones?
Same games, just more content, obviously, but not honestly a whole lot of innovation. Really, mostly graphics upgrades, a few minor tweaks to the mechanics, how
That's
that
kind
all
of-
works.
That's just kind of how Nintendo does it, right?
Yeah. I mean, everything's a rebrand of everything, which I mean, it works. If you like
works so
Pokemon
well.
on the Game Boy Color, odds are you'll like Pokemon really anywhere, right? It's a formula.
Their formula works so well. I mean, I remember playing for like 6 hours straight until the batteries would die on my Game Boy, and then I would go
Really?
get more batteries, put them in, and I'd put it away. And
That's
be like,
right.
6 hours is too damn much, dude. My like legs were numb. I couldn't walk right when I was done. Like I was in a
God.
daze when I was done with that
Sure.
game. It was so fascinating.
Yeah, no,
And it's such a harmless game.
yeah, it's well, okay. Someone brought this up actually. Now you know what? We'll get there. That's later. But yeah, no, it's super harmless concept. Just fun.
Yeah, they're.
Have you
doing
seen
that
all
new-
this hype about the new ones? Pokemon,
new
Let's
games?
Go Pikachu, and Let's Go Eevee.
Oh, I have seen a little bit on that. Yeah. Yeah, were they?
you know-
They're coming to the Switch. Are they
They're
coming
coming
to
to the
mobile
Switch.
as well? Because they
It's-
released
No.
some Pokemon game off that same announcement
Sure.
for mobile, and I remember playing it on my phone a few months ago.
Oh no, that was a different thing entirely. That
Okay.
was I don't remember what it was called. Pokemon.
It wasn't very memorable.
No,
I mean, it was definitely
I had
like
a good time with it. I
It
went
was like
camping.
a freemium game.
Yeah,
and you know
yeah.
you gotta pay to keep
Um,
going or whatever.
But anyway, these are the first console versions of Pokemon.
Console. Okay.
I mean, they've had console versions,
yeah,
but in the form of Pocket Tournament, other things like that. But these are the first Pokemon experience Pokemon games on a console, and it's the Switch, and they're basically remakes of Pokemon Yellow. I believe the Kanto region, from the Game Boy Color.
Okay. So is it gonna be like, I guess the same type of game but like in 3D, or is it gonna be like a top-down type of thing like how it was before? I mean,
No, it's gonna be top down.
They have so much.
Here, yeah, I'll show
They
you.
have so
I'll
much
show you.
more they could do with it. You know,
Right,
like,
right. And the
You
thing
can play
is,
Fortnite for God's sakes on a Switch.
No,
I mean,
you're right.
Like, there's a lot of potential there. I'd be interested.
the
to see.
thing is, they've got Nintendo came out, or Game Freak, or whoever is producing the game came out and said they're waiting till next year, and it's a full blown Pokemon experience, revamp everything. I think most people are expecting like a third person
Yeah.
open world type thing. Hopefully, that's optimistically.
Yeah, that'd be very.
And this is more of a filler
interesting.
game, and it's a filler game, but it also fills some fan service. It's you get Pikachu, you get Eevee, like
Yeah, it's
all-
interesting
all
they're not
the-
doing colors anymore. That they're doing
Let's see.
Pikachu and Eevee, like the two cutest
right.
ones.
Here, let's turn this down a little bit. Oh, that's not at all. I just want to show you some gameplay. Because I was watching some, and honestly, it's nothing that blows me away. Oh, here we go. I don't want to spoil it. I'm just gonna skip to the very end.
Oh.
So it's
this is-
Pokemon, just 3D. It looks real damn good,
Yeah,
honestly.
it's well, so it's like the same type of room setup. I mean, like I can't imagine playing this top down on my Game Boy Color. 9 years ago. It's just
Right.
3D. Okay.
Yeah, and they've got that feature where a Pokemon follows you, and every single one's animated. It'll follow you. It's pretty dynamic,
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
If you're riding Charmander, he'll fly.
Oh, really?
Stuff like that. Yeah. So it
So,
looks.
like, the game
I
mechanics
mean,
are still there.
yeah,
I mean,
it looks like a good game. $60. I don't know. I don't know.
60, huh?
I feel like you could get a very similar experience on a 3DS.
Yeah, absolutely.
Obviously a little graphics downgrade there, but it also it's fan service, like I
It's not
said.
about the graphics.
No,
it's
and
just about
it's
the experience you
it's
get
a
from it.
really. I mean, you can play it with one Joy-Con, and there's a co-op mode, so it's a very nice, easy. Like, say it, you're just chilling. 2 people can play at once. You just need one Joy-Con, literally, just to move your character and select buttons.
Yeah, it's just a selection game.
Yeah.
I mean, you literally just go through and press buttons to play Pokemon.
So this, I mean, it'll be a good time. I'm definitely gonna get Let's Go Pikachu for sure. My buddy, just talked to him today. He's getting Eevee. He already pre-ordered it, and so they've got this.
Pre-ordering games.
Yeah.
That's an interesting.
Yeah.
Thing.
So
Very interesting.
They've got a what's called a Pokeball Plus. Apparently, so it's a controller, and you can play the game with it, but it's a Pokeball. Yeah.
Okay.
So if you can kind of see it right there, that's a joystick right there. There's LEDs in there. And you actually, in this game, to catch Pokemon, you have to throw something. You have to make like the throwing motion with either the Joy-Con or the Pokeball. I believe that there's probably a controller option too, but
Yeah, they're very big on their
let's
motion
see.
stuff since the Wii.
they've all, Nintendo's everywhere with their hardware. So it's charged by USB-C, like all the accessories, which is awesome.
Respect that a lot.
Good job, Nintendo, for that. But let's see, it's got a vibration motor in there, accelerometer, gyro sensor.
You can do a lot of controls with that.
Yeah. So this is the package right here. $100. You get the game, you get the Pokeball Plus, and the thing with that Pokeball Plus is you get Mew. You know who Mew is?
Yeah.
You get Mew, and
It's
he's like in the Pokeball, quotes. He's in the Pokeball, and so once you get it, I believe you're just gonna interface with the game.
Oh, they probably have some sort of animational setup and like an introduction to it. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, it looks awesome.
And it is a controller for the game. Like,
it is a controller for the game too, which is cool.
Well, what is the cost of the Pokeball Plus?
So it's $40. No, let's see. $50. $50 for the Pokeball Plus, or if you get the $100 bundle, it's the game and the Pokeball Plus.
Oh, so you save like
$10. You save $10. And with these bundles, you also save $10.
Oh, the whole.
Yeah, because the Switch is $300, another $100 on there.
Wow.
So.
Wow. I imagine they're going to sell a lot more Switches with this.
When they do the Switch designs, when Nintendo does their system designs for their bundles, they're usually pretty killer. But
I don't like those controllers, dude.
This is I actually like the controllers more than I do like the Switch. It seems pretty lazy.
Are those actually like painted on there?
Yeah, it's
like,
the normal.
Always gonna be like
normal gray dock with.
Oh no, they could have done that much better.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I mean, they put a lot of work into the Joy-Con, obviously.
Yeah, no, the Joy-Cons, they look great. I'm just not a fan of the color scheme.
Yeah, it is interesting, but they were going for Pikachu and Eevee,
those are
which is cool.
Just stickers they stuck on the dock.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. They just threw some stickers on there.
I wouldn't be surprised is if you get the dock and the stickers, and then you put the stickers on yourself.
I don't know if they do that. Nintendo's pretty. I don't know. Is there a way we can look into that? Let's see. Let's go Pikachu Switch bundle. No, that's the device, dude.
That is the device.
I guess it looks good when the Joy-Con are actually in there because I see what they were going for.
They match it to it. Okay.
Right.
No, that's pretty nice.
But okay, and apparently there's some silhouettes of Pokemon on the back.
That's pretty dope.
Eevee, Pikachu.
That's pretty dope.
Oh, it's Eevee. It's all Eevee and Pikachu. That's awesome.
That looks good.
It looks pretty cool. $400? I don't know.
I mean, can't you get like a Switch on its own for less than $200 now?
$300. I bet you could save some money somewhere.
Like, it's always been $300, hasn't it?
The Switch
is getting kind of old.
I got it the night it came out, and that was $300 right there. So let's see what it is on Amazon currently. Nintendo Switch.
Oh, so it is. 300. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So you can save $5 if you get the gray version, but other than that,
Awesome, $5.
hey, it's $5. That's
When did the Switch come out?
last March, I believe.
Last March, so like a year and a half, maybe.
Switch release date. March 3rd, 2017.
Oh, my birthday. My birthday that year. Interesting.
Yeah.
I just kind of had this weird...
No. March 3rd, 2017.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's not very long at all, but it definitely feels like the Switch has aged more than what other consoles do. Because you can have like a PS4. When did the PS4 come out? I mean, like many years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what do you think? Like 3 or 4?
The PS4?
Yeah.
At least 4.
Yeah, like 4 years.
Let's see.
But maybe it's just
That was
because
November 15, 2013.
So
Dang, that's 5 years ago.
5 years ago tomorrow.
Yeah.
The PS4 came out. And it's definitely old now, but like I feel like 2 years after it came out, people were still more than willing to buy a PS4.
Yeah, definitely.
But now, like you're gonna need a PS4 Pro, dude. Like I wouldn't recommend somebody just getting a PS4.
You think?
You know, because there's a lot of games and stuff out there for it. But just like the power around it, and now when you buy like new games for like a regular PS4, the graphics are all messed up, and you'll actually experience lag in some cases. What I've seen.
Sure.
And I guess I don't know. Maybe I just feel like the Nintendo Switch has aged more, just because it is a mobile device, and in the mobile theater, I guess things advance really fast.
Things do go quicker.
I mean, they could already probably put a chip in there that would make it twice as powerful.
Yeah.
No
There's
problems.
rumors that they're making a Switch for next year.
Would it still like all the games have to be compatible with each of them?
Yeah,
it's just more powerful?
it would. If anything, it would just be, I imagine, a CPU upgrade, GPU upgrade,
Yeah,
everything. Which would be much appreciated because the screen's 720p. Yeah,
it's plastic.
That's rough.
It's plastic for kids.
And those
so.
bezels are thicker.
They're how big is the screen on there?
Huh?
How big is the screen on there?
I don't know. You want to see it? Let's see it. Hey, yeah. Grab the Switch, man. Grab the Switch. Okay, here we go. So it's a decent size. It's a good size screen.
6.2 inches though.
Just that bezel, man. That
bezel's
bezel will
bad.
get you.
The bezel's really bad.
So I think what they could do, and I've seen some stuff.
It's such a much bigger screen they could fit in there.
Yeah. Why not? Okay, next year, Nintendo, listen up. Take that screen all the way to the edges. Do not be afraid of that edge. Just make it a nice little thin bezel. Okay? And if you can, just do whatever you can to up that resolution and give me a little more power. That's it. You know what? I mean, the battery, not bad. They say like 3-4 hours on the go. That's like,
pretty good
that's
for
not
gaming.
a lot,
It's
but
good
for gaming, that's fine.
I mean, yeah. I mean, there's a fan and everything in there.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
they
it's a
did try
great.
and pack
I
quite a
love
bit
the
of power
form
in there.
factor.
The form factor's great.
Yeah, it's.
But yeah, the screen, like the form factor's great, but the screen should be bigger. Like you can get phones that are 6.2 inches.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
Like,
crazy. That's crazy. Just imagine holding this like here.
Yeah, imagine if they
Switch
made a phone like this.
Yeah.
That would be their phone design with these kinds of bezels.
Yeah.
Like it's a tablet.
It reminds me of my Kindle Fire from back in the day.
Oh, yeah, Kindle Fire. This looks like a Kindle Fire.
It's a lot
If
like
you
they had those
handed me it like
bezels
this,
and.
I would probably just assume it's a Kindle
it
Fire.
looks a lot like it.
Yeah. Definitely.
Those Kindle Fires were great.
Oh, the Kindle Fire is a great device.
They're great.
Great device.
Fire Phone, not so much.
Oh, the Fire Phone.
Amazon
Yeah, that was bad.
Echo, and all 426 iterations of Echo.
It's in everything now.
It's everywhere.
You can put Alexa in.
Okay, I saw something. Amazon. There's a new one. Amazon Echo.
They refresh them almost every year with different designs. The second
Let's see.
generation.
Every Amazon Echo.
CNET down here.
Well, this might be some right here. That's commands right there. Okay, you've got all new Echo Dot, introducing Echo Auto, the all new Echo Show, the Echo Plus bundle with Philips Hue bulb. Okay, new Fire TV, that's pretty cool. You have The Echo Dot Kids Edition.
The Sonos, now you can get Echo in it. Or
Really? Oh, that's right.
Alexa-powered Sonos.
Yeah. You have the normal Echo.
It's so versatile, Alexa. I mean, they can totally open it up. You can make your own commands. So you can go on there, make your own command, and then it'll work on your device.
Yeah.
And work on everybody else's device
It
as
is
well.
great. I mean, you can get these I'm kind of curious about this Echo Auto. What's that about?
Echo Auto. Take Alexa on the... Is it just so you can ask questions on the road? I
imagine
you
it's
can,
navigation.
You could probably make it like...
Navigation, music, reminders.
Yeah.
Calls would be nice. Taking calls and
nice.
whatnot. I'd say like I can almost do it on my phone, but not quite as well as this could.
Yeah, you're right.
You know.
And I guess if you prefer Alexa, then Alexa's on phones really. Maybe there's an app for it.
That Echo Auto didn't have a screen, right?
No screen.
Yeah, no screen. There is a little light bar on the side. It looks like that's pretty
Probably
cool.
just so you know that she is activated.
I imagine it.
And they're
it
always
usually
listening.
pulsates to your
It's so
voice.
scary.
I think.
These things are always listening to you.
Yeah. That is. It's a weird concept.
And like
for
it'll.
sure.
I've heard stories where like it'll pick up on people's voices, and then like it sent like entire transcripts of their conversations. It's like an email to somebody. Like, so imagine like you never knew this, and your Alexa was just sending out emails of your private conversations in your home to people. And it was a bug. It was innocent and everything like that. And they got it sorted out. But I mean, that's just a scary thing.
Yeah. Is it? I mean, is it scary?
It's scary just because I'm not saying that like Amazon or something is going to use this data against you. Like they already know so much about you. They don't need to listen to you.
But do you think it's live? I mean, being recorded per se? Being recorded or being stored in any way?
They say it's not, and I don't think it's necessarily that. I know that your Alexa commands are stored. The same way I can look up all my like Google ones, and I'm sure Siri's the same thing.
Yeah.
Where all your commands are listed on there. But I think the fear is like it's so easy to hack devices.
Sure.
There's so many security flaws, especially because Alexa's on so many different devices. I mean, like the Sonos, it has Alexa in it, and it's connected. It's the platform's so open that I think you'd probably have just vulnerabilities just because of that. There's so many nooks and crannies and stuff.
Sure.
So I mean, I think the bigger fear would be like somebody hacking into your. I mean, what is this deal? All new Echo Show with the screen. It has a camera on it, so you can call people. You can use it in that way. It's
oh wow,
it's a
that's
feature of it. It's a great device. Everything I've heard about
now
it.
Now they've got camera.
But like,
on these things.
imagine like somebody could just tune into that camera. It's the same way on a phone, but I guess I worry about it more on devices like this than I would about my phone.
Sure.
I just assume my phone is more secure. I get security updates every month, and there's always news and stuff going around about it. But just these open devices that are always listening, always watching.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if it's being recorded or not. If somebody hacks into it, that they have the stream.
No, that's.
And I don't
the
think
concept
trying to,
of
like,
this
hack
device
into
though
it,
is
but...
pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh yeah, Google came out with
fills
one
a nice
as well.
little void. Yeah, the not the Google Home, No, it was a collaboration, wasn't it?
No, so they came out with a collaboration one with Lenovo,
and it had that side chunk to it, right?
And now Google has released their own. It's
really?
they released it with the Pixel 3 and 3 XL. So we have.
Oh, maybe I do remember hearing about that.
It looks like a great device, something that I actually really would want to have in my home. There it is.
Oh yeah.
It's sitting right there.
Dang, that Pixel 3 XL is looking good.
Oh, she's sexy, dude. Yeah, the Google Home Hub. So yeah, it's a screen with a speaker mounted on the back. It looks great. I mean, say what you want about the bezel and the notch on the Pixel 3. I think Google's devices are all beautiful.
Sure. I mean, they've got software on their side, right? I mean,
oh yeah,
it's game over.
Yeah. They're very. They want their Google Home devices to look at place in any home.
Can you pull up a 3D of this?
Like a what?
I want to see the whole. I want to see the back side of it.
The back side's very interesting. Let's see.
It's got that little mesh.
The same mesh they put on their,
their
home speakers. Yeah.
I think actually, didn't we see these in person? I think I saw it in Verizon actually. Because we took pictures of it, yeah.
Oh yeah, we did
take
pictures
of
it. That's right. That's right. Oh, they took some nice pictures.
Yeah,
of it too.
the Pixel 3 camera, everyone. I know, I'm sure you've heard it 100 times already, but we were doing just some quick comparisons between the iPhone 8 Plus and the Pixel 3 XL. Obviously, it's not the flagship of this year, but I mean, hands down, that low light,
it's so hard,
so crispy.
It's so hard to take a bad shot with the Pixel
Yeah.
3, and that's what they're going for. Like, there's not all these pro modes and stuff that Android phones usually had that made them competitive with Apple.
Yeah.
But now Google, I mean, they're taking a software approach.
The Home Hub.
The Home Hub.
The Google Home Hub. Okay.
Camera on it, speaker on it, always listening.
Is that a fingerprint sensor on the back?
No, I'm not sure what that is. Oh, it's a
Power button, maybe?
power slide.
Maybe a mute?
It might be a mute,
like a
so
don't
that it
listen.
stops listening. So it stops
Yeah.
listening. Well, I mean, it's kind of almost necessary.
It's the don't listen button.
just in case.
Cool shit, Google.
I mean, because
Yeah, well, there's a little microphone on there.
well, think about it, if you want to have a private conversation in your home, and these devices are always listening.
You should grab the fries.
You want the fries?
Yeah, you should grab those.
So like these devices are always listening to you, and in your home, I mean, you have the presumption of privacy. So if you want to have like a private conversation in your home, like you can't reasonably expect it to be completely private if you have a smart speaker. You can assume that it would be, and you would hope that it would be, and I mean, by most chances, it would be. But like think about like that private conversation between husband and wife was sent to somebody by their Amazon Alexa. Here, I'm gonna bring it up.
Now that you mention it, I think I remember this going down. I'm pretty sure you're the person that told me.
It was a really big news story for a little while. I know it sounded like a lot of things. Woman says her Amazon device recorded private conversation and sent it out to a random contact. So there's an official statement by Amazon, and like for some reason the device started recording, and then it just took everything she said afterward until it thought that it like heard the contact name, and then it sent out that whole message to that random contact. Because let's see.
Wow.
So Echo woke up due to a word in the background conversation sounding like Alexa. Then the subsequent conversation was heard as a send message request, at which point Alexa said out loud, "To whom?" At which point the background conversation was interpreted as a name in the customer's contact list. Alexa then asked out loud, "Contact name, right?" Alexa then interpreted the background conversation as right.
Oh my god.
As
Alexa then interpreted my ass.
As unlikely as this string of events is, we are evaluating options to make this case even less likely. So that was Amazon spokeswoman Shelby Lichleader? Interesting name. So, I mean, like, that's a very uncommon series of events, and the Alexa said out loud, but, like, the microphones are so sensitive on these devices, so that even when you're playing music at full volume from the device itself, across the room you can still say the keyword and activate it. So these things can hear things all the way across your house, which is what happened in this case. To the point where they're having a conversation and they couldn't hear the Alexa being activated. Either they were being that loud,
You're right.
or
No,
they
it
were
was out
that
of
far
earshot.
away. You know?
That's crazy.
And then, like, it's a extremely, like, unlikely series of events. But even if there's no foul play, even if Amazon and Alexa don't have some master scheme, somebody's not hacking into it and stuff, your private conversations can still be sent out to some random person in your contacts.
That's pretty sus, man.
That's very sus. I mean, it was a husband and wife in the privacy of their home have conversations that are not expected to be sent. And then it was sent to somebody in their address book.
Yeah. No, I mean, unlikely, but possible nonetheless. I mean,
it
the second you bring this thing home, you're allowing that invasion of privacy, that potentiality of invasion into your home.
Yeah.
Right? I mean,
but it's all for ease of use.
Yeah, it's a trade-off. You expect the company to respect their customers enough to not do that. But with all of the data mining that's happening, there's malintent out there for sure.
Yeah, I mean, they want to know everything about you. And so, like, I downloaded this recently. You can download, like, your Google like profile, like what Google has for information on you.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, if I'm like looking up windshield wipers for a car, they're gonna take what car that is, and they're gonna know that I have that car because of cookies and tracking. And so now they know what car I drive, and now they know, hey, is his car old? Maybe he wants a new car. We can serve him ads for new cars.
Wow.
Oh, hey.
Wow.
Hey, there's this thing for the car. Let's try and sell him that.
Wow.
But it's also super useful. Let's say I'm trying to look up windshield or like some other thing for my car, oil filter. It already knows what car I have. And
That's true.
It will already bring up an oil filter that fits my car. I can order it right there, and boom, I'm done.
That's crazy.
And then like once
there's trade-offs.
Oh, there's so many
Here
trade-offs
for sure.
But like there's trade-offs there, and a lot of the trade-offs are because people don't want to pay for these services. Like Facebook is only free because one, they serve ads, but ad revenue on Facebook certainly isn't going to be enough. It's all the information they sell about you to other advertisers. I mean, like you look up one thing, and one thing you haven't looked up before, and every ad you see on Instagram is going to be for that thing. When I started looking for shoes.
Yep.
Boom, shoes everywhere, Adidas everywhere,
Yeah.
clothes everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? It started to like know what I was looking for, because I would only click on ads that were sales shoes. So I mean, I wasn't looking to spend $150 on shoes. I was looking to spend like 50 to 70. So I would click through, and I realized, oh, it's a $150 shoe. I click out immediately. I never get those anymore. I click on the shoe. It's a sales shoe. I mean,
Wow.
they're tailoring these things so well to you, and that's so useful.
That's
But
very
it's
true.
also like very intruding of your own
Yeah.
privacy.
No, you definitely notice that stuff. I've noticed it's such subtleties that stack up, you know?
Mhm.
It's like a certain feeling that you get. Like, wow, like, this thing knows me.
It's so nice.
I really
too.
do think that my phone will change its behavior depending on the mood of, or not the mood of the day, the time.
Yeah.
Maybe not necessarily my phone, just my phone, but a combination of apps, a combination of recommendations, a combination of ads. It's very... Even on Spotify, I'll go on my shuffle and I'm driving home or something. If it's dark, it's going to play something, you know, something more low-key, something chill.
Mhm.
And if it's 12 p.m., it's probably going to play some hype trap shit, you know?
Yeah,
Like it just knows. It really...
Yeah, all these machine learning
Yeah.
algorithms. I mean, that's where the money is, and getting to know people so you can sell them products is a multi-billion-dollar industry.
Yeah.
And you need all the data you can get. You'll take they take it from anywhere and everywhere, and they can take it without your permission. You can. I think now they have to tell you what data they have on you, give you access to it, and give you a way to delete it. But I went
okay.
through and did this, and Google had like 16 gigabytes of data on me, which was also including pictures and videos I have.
Holy shit.
It was something
Okay.
like it was like 5 or 6 gigs of data. It had every location I've been to. It had every search I've ever searched. There was a bunch of other data on there too. So, some just very interesting stuff, like the time, date, and location of certain search queries. Like, oh, let's say it's noon and he's here. He always searches this. Well, now they know it's like I'm always going to be doing that. Like it's a habit form. But then they can use to be like, boom, search it for him already. Already do this action for him, automate it. So I mean, like it makes me more likely. Like if that's a trade-off I want to make, I'm gonna let them take that data.
Right.
It makes my life easier.
Yeah, and I would do the same.
They're offering a lot in return for what they're taking, but like they're taking privacy. Like it's coming to the point where you can't expect. I can't expect privacy anywhere. Like unless I'm alone, my phone is turned off, and I'm not surrounded by electronic devices. That's the time I expect privacy. But if I'm just like walking around, like I'm sure I'm in countless Snapchats at parties, countless Snapchats at events.
That's true.
Like you can be tracked anywhere. Like you can't expect privacy like that anymore.
Yeah.
And I mean, if that's already the state of the situation, then really people are more willing to just give it up more.
That's crazy. Yeah. I think I was watching the Joe Rogan Elon Musk podcast again for the second time. Because the first time, I don't know, I don't remember. I paid attention, but I just wanted to watch it again.
Yeah.
I just really
you pick up so much.
I wanted
more
to
the second
observe
time.
Elon Musk. Really, he's such
interesting
an
guy.
interesting guy. But he was like AI. Don't quote me on this. This is paraphrasing, but he's like AI is bad when humans weaponize it. That's the point. And AI in itself inherently is not a bad thing. It's not necessarily a good thing. It just exists.
Yeah, it's an evolution of like where we've been going this whole time,
Right.
trying to automate our own lives.
Yeah.
You know,
It's
that
crazy.
ease of use and everything, and like it was going to become a thing no matter what. It kind of inevitable. If somebody tried to prevent it, I mean, somebody else would work on it, passion or not.
Anyway, I think we'll just call it there.
Yeah, we went over quite a bit.
Episode 1. There you go.
Take it or leave it.
Have a nice night. See you next week. Bye.